guys, it's JP Fluellen, and in today's video, we are going to cover 5 ugly truths about being a landlord. So we're going to do Letterman style. We're going to go number 5. You just don't know what tenants are going to do when they go into your home. Tenants think that in a lot of ways that the home is theirs to do whatever they want to do, with or without your permission. Sometimes you just get surprises when you go and do your 6-month walkthroughs. So you might see paint colors that they didn't get approved. You might see built-ins that have been attached to your walls. You might see extra pets. You might just see all of these fun little additions to your home that you were not aware of. Number 4. Tenants sometimes just won't pay their rent. That is costly as a landlord. And when tenants don't pay their rent, depending on where you're at in the country, I have seen when I lived in the DC area that it can take up to 3 months to start, process, and execute a eviction. And why? Because they just didn't pay their rents. Number 3, which kind of goes along with number 4, the house could be completely trashed, because usually that if they're not paying their rent, they're probably not watching their animals. They probably don't care about anything. And so a lot of times you might see trash, dirt, pet feces, animals, rats, because they just decided that they just did not want to take care of the property, because usually it's a telltale sign if you're getting no rent, then they're also not taking care of the property. Number 2, tenants will sometimes just skip town. And you rent it to somebody and then no one's been in the house. Sometimes they're deliberate in the things that they do, like they might leave the back doors open and all the critters from the neighborhood are coming in. Something came up and they just don't care and they just leave because they've rented properties before and no one's been in the house. And along with that, they might not be paying utilities. They might do deliberate things like pour concrete down your drains, like just because they don't like you or whatever the case, because they're trying to, get revenge on their landlord because they won't leave them alone or whatever the case is. Number 1 is that the worst of the worst could happen. A tenant might just decide that your place is the one where they just decide to end their lives. And it's unfortunate. It does suck. I've had it happen to me. And these are just some of the ugly truths about having rentals. So what you can do as a real estate investor and landlord is to properly vet your potential tenants by doing your background checks, by checking their paperwork, by verifying their income. And one thing that we do with our renters is we check their last 30 days bank statements, because we want to make sure that those tenants actually have income, to verify that income is actually coming in. And then we can also understand, based on their spending habits, if they're going to have money for my rent at the end of the month. If you're going to jump into the landlord space, just be aware that life is not always unicorns and rainbows. And by being a landlord, you just don't know what you're going to run into. I'm JP Fluellen, and hopefully you'll become a landlord someday and enjoy all of the fun things that we get to do. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace!